In this lesson, we're going to talk about presenting your customer captivation offer. This is really all about the customer captivation offer page. Now, as a reminder, we've got your lead magnet offer page, which is the first page in the six-figure funnel formula. And then right after this page, individuals come to the customer captivation offer page. So using our earlier example, we've got the how to train any dog to sit in less than 6 minutes using this weird 12-word command, right? And now the customer captivation page has your VSL. We already covered the elements of the VSL in the prior lesson. And then there's an add to cart button, and there's a few other elements that we're going to cover that are on this page. And so this is what we are going to talk about, this particular page in this lesson. There are really 4 elements of a customer captivation page. The first one is, as John Benson calls it, the ugly video sales letter, right? The ugly VSL. And you'll see that that is really nothing more than text on a white background. There is what we call a delayed call to action button. That means that it's an add to cart button that doesn't appear when somebody first hits the page. It appears only once the offer is presented in the video sales letter, where I mentioned earlier, when you reveal the price and you reveal the call to action, that's when that button appears. And there are simple tools that you can use to do this. I'm actually going to walk you through a resource on how to build these pages, but you can use lead pages. You could use 10-minute pages. There's a bunch of resources that you can use to very easily do this. Then, to get a little bit more advanced, and these are more optional than they are mandatory, is an exit redirect to a long form sales letter version. So as I talked about already, when it comes to your video sales letter, it's all about writing the script first, right? Having this script that you write, not winging it, but having a script. Well, the beauty is that you can then just take that script and use it as the long form sales letter version. And so the way this works is that there's a video sales letter with a delayed add to cart button. If they don't click the add to cart button, either because they try to leave earlier or they just leave once the button appears, the exit redirect automatically redirects the prospect to a long form sales letter version, which is just nothing more than the script from your ugly video sales letter. So this is what a customer captivation offer page actually looks like. And what you can see is that there is no branding, there is no header graphic, there's no headline, and there's no add to cart button. Now, and this is an actual page from one of our customer captivation offers. Now, let me just say that out of all of these elements, out of these 4 elements, this is the one, we're going to talk about this later on when we talk about testing. This is the one that you'll want to test. I'll tell you that in our tests, time after time, the headline suppresses response. And so you go with nothing more than just an ugly video sales letter when they hit the page. Now, the big reason that I want you to understand why we have a delayed add to cart button, why there is no add to cart button right here, and why that add to cart button only appears when the offer is presented, is because when a prospect jumps on a page, when the prospect comes from the lead magnet offer page, and then they come to this page, if they immediately see an add to cart button right here, immediately their sales resistance is going to go up, because they are immediately going to recognize that this is, a sales presentation. And so we do not want any kind of add to cart button. We want to give them the opportunity to absorb and consume your marketing message at the beginning of your VSL. And then after we've done the marketing and we've created or leveraged that desire and you present the offer, that's when the add to cart button appears. And so let me tell you some keys to your ugly video sales letter. Well, first and foremost, like I already mentioned, when it comes to the video sales letter, and when it comes to that outline that I shared with you in a prior lesson, you always always start with a word for word written script. Don't ever wing it. Don't ever just sit down in front of your computer and try to get the message out. Don't use an outline with bullets. You want to start by writing out your marketing and sales message, the message that you're going to communicate in your VSL, word for word. The same way that you would or are going to say it is exactly how you want to write it. Once it is written and edited and it is written in a way where it's more like the spoken word rather than the written word. In other words, it's written in a way where it is conversational, where if you say it out loud, it flows. The next thing that you want to do is record the audio separately first. There are lots of tools out there. You can use a free tool like Audacity to record the audio, and you can simply Google Audacity. But the reason why you want to record the audio separately is because you want to be able to focus on delivering the script the best way possible. You want to be able to focus on voice inflection and tone and pace and volume. You don't want to sit down and record the audio at the same time that you're recording the slides, because then you're concentrating on keeping the slides going as you're speaking. So you want to record the audio first to make sure that the audio quality in terms of tone, voice, pace, volume, inflection is nailed. Then the slides should be pure text and should match your script. So the slides should come directly from your script. And what you want when you are creating slides in something like PowerPoint or Keynote or OpenOffice for free is you want more slides with less text rather than less slides with more text. And so typically we will go with no more than one sentence per slide. And in some cases, depending on how long the sentence is, we'll break the sentence down with an ellipsis. We'll break the sentence in half, put half on one page and half on another page. And the reason for this is that you want lots of movement with your VSL. You want slides to constantly be changing. You want new slides constantly coming up because you don't want prospects to get bored, right? Movement on your VSL is what almost functions as a bit of a pattern interrupt. It's almost a bit of a re-engagement device, a re-engagement tool. And so more slides, the better. Now, you don't want to have every single slide match identical to your script, because that gives prospects no reason to continue to watch the video. They might go and open another tab in their browser while they listen to you speak. And so what you want to do to create an additional pattern interrupt is every 6th to 8th slide should not match word for word. So every 6th to 8th slide, you maybe want to have just one word on the slide, or just 2 words on the slide. You don't want it to be identical to your script. And so every 6th to 8th slide will be, again, a sort of pattern interrupt and a re-engagement device for you as well. And finally, you want to use a video streaming service to make sure that your video is mobile compatible. You can use something like Vimeo Pro, which is what we use here primarily at Marketing Funnel Automation, or you can use a tool like Wistia, and of course there are others, but that is what those are what I recommend. Now, let's talk about a couple of customer captivation page extras that I mentioned these earlier. So you've got the exit redirect and the long form sales letter version. So what you can see right here on the left-hand side is this is the start of our VSL, our ugly video sales letter. Again, no header, no headline, none of that, no add to cart button. And you can see that the first sentence is, this is not for the newbie marketer or the online marketer who doesn't currently have at least a basic marketing funnel. And then over here, this is a long form sales letter version. This is not, I repeat, not, and actually I repeat is what's in the script, and that's what I say over here. Not for the newbie marketer or the online marketer who does not currently have at least a basic marketing funnel. Same exact thing. It's word for word. The only difference is that the long form sales letter version has some graphical enhancements. So you can see that it's got my picture over here, and it's got some bolding with some yellow highlighting. And later on, when I offer some proof elements in here, it's got those on the page and whatnot. The key is that if you want to add this in, and these are not mandatory, but what this does is it gives prospects who are leaving the video sales letter because maybe they don't have time right now to consume the full video sales letter. It gives them the ability to go to a long form sales letter and to skim the letter to get enough information to make the buying decision. And so again, in a tool like Optimize Press or Lead Pages or 10-minute pages, this is included. It's literally one click of a mouse, and you can set it so that if they don't click the add to cart button and they go to close the browser tab, or they go to refresh, or they go to click back on their browser, it will automatically redirect to the long form sales letter.